up, people? It's me, L Teddy 27. This is Angry Teacher Chronicles, and this is our review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, Episode 2. Alright? Now, we start off with Amara talking to her boyfriend MJ about Shay, the single release party, the whole Shay leaving because she was upset that Amara didn't let her know that JoJo came. And so MJ is telling her, listen, I just wish that y'all could get to the same place with this because I don't want to have to pick between both of y'all because I love both of y'all. That's my sister, I love her, and you, my girl, I love you. And then but I felt like that was kind of a wash because Amara seems like someone who refuses to believe that she's making a bad decision. Like, she's someone, if you tell her, listen, you shouldn't have did that, that's the wrong answer, that's a bad decision, she doesn't want to say, damn, thank you for telling me, now let me change that decision or let me fix this. She's one of those ones that kind of doesn't want to admit that she was wrong about something and wants to, just keep her stance on it, but not knowing that you could be fucking yourself up, But, because she's holding steady, 10 toes down on the whole situation about JoJo and inviting JoJo over there, even though she knew, what's her name, girl? Shay, I almost said Bucky, was going to get mad. Then they start to discuss the Julian situation and all of the mess that he has going on. And Amara doesn't want to believe it. She basically doesn't, like I said, she doesn't want to believe it. She does not want to believe it. And if somebody, see, I'm not built that way. I was somebody who, if you told me, don't go over there because you don't want to be messing around over there, I'm not going over there. Because just your story alone is enough to, persuade me not to go. Anyway, moving on. We were then introduced to Briscoe. Now, if you're from Miami, you're familiar with Briscoe. Briscoe go back, okay? With Trick. And Briscoe is from Opelika. Is he from the Triangle? Because the Triangle is in Opelika. I'm trying to remember. But the Triangle is the real hood of Opelika. Like, you don't even go in the Triangle if you don't live there. They don't fuck off over there, honey. Anyway, you know what else is in Opelika now? They built that new big Amazon warehouse in Opelika, right next to the Opelika airport. Anyway, but yeah, Briscoe got is a native Miamian from Opelika, and we all know who he is. I mean, if you're deep into the rap game like that, you've heard of Briscoe, you've heard his music before. But Miami natives, we know him real well. And you get a quick introduction of who he is, the fact that he had been in jail for the last 3.5 years. I'm probably going to venture to guess, or I'm pretty sure that had he not been in jail, he would have been on the show and not chaotic, because Briscoe aligns himself with Trick, so it would have been chaotic. Anyway, Trina goes to meet with Trick at his restaurant, and Trina, they talk about a couple things. They talk about Julie and they talk about her mom's death. But then Trina says she's doing this all girls tour. And so Trick is like, well, bet. My girl, Nikki Natural, my girlfriend, I recommend her. Can you let her audition? She was like, sure, no problem. But she was like, but Trick was like, I want you to treat her like you would treat everybody else. And Trina was like, I was anyway. I wonder how, because if I remember correctly, Trick and Trina had a lot of beef after last season. And so, how did they mend fences and reconcile? But whatever. So she's about to have audition. Trina talks about having auditions for this all-girls tour. So Trina agrees to let Trick send his girlfriend to the tour. I mean, not on the tour, for the audition. And then we see we're at Trina's audition. Now, her and Joy are going to be the ones judging this and deciding who comes on the tour. I really didn't care for Nikki Natural's performance. I wouldn't even. She wouldn't even made it. As far as she did, like I didn't enjoy her performance. The two girls who went after her were really good, but not her. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't care for her. There was this thing where there was this Sukiyana, Sukiyomo, Suki something. Like she playing on True Blood. Um, Basically secured her spot. She had dances and all kind of stuff. But it was Nikki Natural and some other girl. I can't think of the other girl name. And they were supposed to battle it out. Nikki Natural was like, I ain't battling nobody. I don't have to. Basically, like, you do you know who I am moment. Girl, no, we don't know who you are. Girl, we don't. I mean, she then tries to call out Trina and try and cuss Trina. I said, "Oh, you doing this because Trick recommended me, and I am somebody because Trick recommended me." Girl, just because Trick recommended you don't mean that you automatically get the thing. And the thing about it is, um, you just are not good. Why would somebody do that anyway? I mean, if you're gonna have somebody go on tour with you, they're gonna vet whoever it is that's going on tour. They're not gonna take somebody's word for it. Not if they're performing. But whatever. I mean, she's a whole ass mess. Just a whole ass mess. Chaotic, we see again. Now, I thought they wrote Chaotic out of the. I thought he got fired. But we saw him. What episode was that? Episode 1 or 2? Oh, last week was episode 1. This is episode 2. We saw him last week with episode 1. He was on there. So he's in the studio. Trick comes over to talk to him about Nikki Natural and everything that happened at the audition. While they're in the middle of talking, who pops up? Nikki Natural. And let's just say Trick did not take it easy on her. He did not. So much so she left. And she knows she was being disrespectful. I mean, and the things that she was saying, you could tell that conversation wasn't going anywhere. Just from her body language, just from how she was answering it. She's young and stupid, and she's not trying to listen to any good advice or reason. We then see Jocelyn. No. Trina and Amara meet up. They meet up to talk about Julian. And Trina basically gives Amara the whole lowdown about Julian. This is who he is. This is what he did. Dot, 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 dot. Connect this dot to that dot to that dot to that dot. And once again, Amara puts off in front of Trina that she is listening and is going to take her advice. But all the while, you can tell she's not. She's not going to listen to Trina. And then we have Jocelyn, dear God, meet up with Trina and Trick. They go on this boat ride. Now her boyfriend is there. This is my first introduction to him. His name is Ballistic Beats. He was kind of cute. She then talked about why she left ATL and the fact that it was toxic and the fact that they always wanted her to fight. Because that's who you are. And then she's talking about how she's changed. She came back home and had a baby. Girl, you ain't changed nothing. You might have changed the diaper. And I have to question that. But you ain't changed who you are. Anyway. We did see Briscoe. Let me make sure. Is my notes done already? Damn. We did see Briscoe meets with his son named British. And he tries to make amends for him for being locked up for 3.5 years. I really liked this scene. I want to see more of this scene where you have this black father that, ended up in the system, came out, and is trying to make it right with his son. That is what you need to see more of on here, Mona. But you and your level brand of fuckery always manages to mess stuff up. But whatever. I like this scene, though, a lot. We need more of this, Mona. More. And the final scene was with Amara and Julian. Amara basically lets him know everything that she found out, and she's asking him, "Tell me what happened." She is basically, she's giving it to him. Side note: that song played by Big Frida. I gotta go download that because I'm here for that song. Y'all know, well, y'all might not know, but y'all should know. I love me some Big Frida. Always here for Big Frida. And I like that song that was play right before this segment. Anyway, Amara basically is pouring her heart out there to Julian. But the problem is like I said earlier, Amara is one of those people you could tell her you made a bad decision and she'll hold on to it because she's afraid of being wrong and thinking that having people think that she got it wrong. And that's going to be her downfall. So she's going to have to make a tough decision because even if Julian's story checks out and he ain't do nothing wrong to Trina, you better believe Trina ain't gonna let that go. And if I were him, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, wait, did I say Trina? Child, I done lost track of my notes. Amara is not gonna let him go, I should say. But she doesn't want to admit that she was wrong. And if she doesn't let him go, what's going to end up happening is his reputation is going to sink her ship. Like she's going to end up being messed up in the long run. Even if he has all of these great ideas, nobody's going to want to work with him. And Trina ain't going to let it go. And so what'll end up happening is the only money that Amara will be making is with those pop coupons for Pop Secret that Mona gives them as payment for these shows that they're doing. So Amara is going to have to make this tough decision. She's going to have to let him go. She is, even if if everything he's saying is right and he didn't do anything wrong, the fact that the people are saying it and your name is bad out there means, like she said, her name is going to be bad out there. So we'll see what but I shudder to think she's going to pull the trigger and make that decision. She's not. And that basically was the whole episode, y'all. That was Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 3, Episode 2. This episode, I felt like it could have gave me more, but it just didn't. And I hate that we're on Episode 2 and I feel this way already. Because I like Love and Hip Hop Miami. But we'll see how this goes, y'all. We'll be back here next week. Same time, same place, for episode 3. That's all I got for y'all this week. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.